Kenya has agreed to grant Africa's biggest carrier by revenues, Ethiopian Airlines, a second flight slot into the coastal city of Mombasa, while Ethiopia has agreed to take up land in Kenya's Lamu port, which is currently in development. Now, those were amongst the deals agreed to at the end of Prime Minister Abiy Ali Ahmed's first state visit to his southern neighbor. The LAPSET corridor broadly refers to a set of road, rail and sea links from Kenya's southeastern ports, especially Lamu, which of course will give Ethiopia and South Sudan sea access. Now, Ethiopia has been keen on expanding port access. On the 2nd of May, Djibouti and Ethiopia swapped equity stakes in Ethiopian Airlines and the Doraleh container terminal. Now, of course, Ethiopia and Kenya have a long history of strong ties. Ethiopia had diplomatic relations with Kenya while the country was still a British colony. Well, CGTN Susan Mwongeli takes a closer look.
Ethiopia first established ties with the British colonial administration in the East Africa Protectorate in 1907. The border between the two countries was still being defined. That was only formally demarcated in the early 1950s and amended again in 1970 after Kenya had gained its independence. In 1954, Ethiopia established an honorary consulate general in Kenya. On the military front, ties have also been strong. During Ethiopia's occupation by Italy, Ethiopian forces operated in British Kenyan territory. Kenyan freedom fighters, the Mau Mau, also operated in Ethiopia during the group's struggle for independence. Today, Kenyan and Ethiopian troops are both stationed in Somalia to help battle the Al-Shabaab militant group. In terms of trade and development, both countries are members of the IGAD bloc. Ethiopia is landlocked, so relies on Kenya for much of its imports. In 2012, the two countries signed a special status agreement. That means both operate representative offices in each other's territory to facilitate trade and information sharing. The two countries have also invested in cross-border infrastructure. That includes the Addis Ababa-Nairobi Road project launched in 2012. Various ongoing infrastructure projects include an oil pipeline running between Kenya's Lamu port and the Ethiopian capital. Susan Mwongeli, CGTN.